Hey everyone, welcome. Today we're going to talk about something absolutely incredible that's happening inside your body, like right now. It's this built-in cleanup crew, a recycling program, and maybe even a key to healthy aging, all rolled into one, and it's called autophagy. Just imagine for a second, what if your body had a system that could automatically tidy up, get rid of old, broken down parts, and then turn all that junk into fresh, usable materials? Sounds like something out of a sci-fi movie, right? But it is 100% real. And yep, that system is autophagy. It's one of the most fundamental, most important ways your body keeps itself healthy. So let's pull back the curtain and really see how this incredible process works on a cellular level. All right, so what exactly is this internal recycling program? Let's get right into the science of how your body, well, how it literally eats itself to stay in top shape. So the name itself is a pretty big giveaway. Auto means self, and phagogen means to eat. So yeah, autophagy literally means self-eating. But don't worry, this isn't some chaotic, destructive thing. It's a super controlled, really orderly process where the cell basically just cleans house, breaking down junk to keep everything in balance. And look, this isn't some fringe idea. We are talking about Nobel Prize-winning science here. The term was actually coined way back in the 60s, but for decades, nobody really knew how it worked. It took until the 1990s for a scientist named Yoshinori Osumi, using something as simple as baker's yeast, to finally figure out the genes that make it all happen. His work was so groundbreaking, he won the Nobel Prize for it in 2016. So how does it actually go down? Well, think of it in 4 simple steps. First, the cell spots some junk, let's say a busted mitochondrion. A membrane starts to form around it. Second, that membrane completely swallows the junk, creating this little garbage bag called an autophagosome. Third, the garbage bag floats over to the cell's recycling center, the lysosome, and they merge. And finally, bam, powerful enzymes just break everything down into raw materials that the cell can use to build new stuff. It is the ultimate recycling program. Okay, so our cells are great at recycling. Big deal, right? Well, yeah, it's a huge deal. It turns out that the health of our cells directly translates to the health of our entire body. This slide just lays it all out perfectly. On the left, you've got a cell where autophagy is humming along nicely. It's clean, it's tough, it's constantly renewing itself. But on the right, well, look what happens when that system fails. All that cellular junk just piles up, creating this toxic mess that leads to damage. This, right here, is what scientists think is a major driver of aging and a lot of the diseases that go with it. So you see, autophagy is so much more than just a garbage man. It's like a multi-tool for survival. When you're low on energy, it breaks down stuff for fuel. When you get invaded by bacteria or viruses, it helps take them out. And maybe most importantly, it clears out the gunk that can cause chronic inflammation, which we know is at the root of so many problems. Okay, so this is all amazing stuff. But the big question is, can we actually do anything to boost it? And the answer is a big yes. One of the most powerful ways to flip that autophagy switch is by fasting. After about 10 to 12 hours of not eating, something really cool happens in your body. It starts to run low on its easy-to-burn sugar fuel, or glucose, and it flips this metabolic switch to start burning fat instead. That dip in easy energy is like an alarm bell for your cells, telling them, hey, time to clean house and recycle for fuel. And that's the trigger that really cranks up autophagy. And here are a few of the most popular ways people do this. The 16-8 method is super common. You just eat all your meals within an 8-hour window each day. Others, like the 5-2 diet, involve a couple of very low-calorie days each week. Honestly, the goal isn't finding the one perfect method. It's about finding a rhythm that works for you, one that gives your body that regular break it needs. Okay, and this part is incredibly important, so please listen up. Fasting can be a really powerful tool, but it is absolutely not for everyone. Before you even think about starting any kind of fasting plan, you have to talk to a healthcare professional. It can be unsafe for kids, for pregnant or breastfeeding individuals, or for people with certain medical conditions. Seriously, please be safe and get personalized medical advice first. Now, fasting is a super powerful tool, but it's not the only one. What you eat can also play a huge role. Turns out there are specific nutrients in food that can actually support and promote this whole renewal process. First up, we have this really fascinating compound called urolithin A. And the way we get it is pretty wild. You don't actually eat it directly. Instead, when you eat things like pomegranates, berries, or nuts, it's your gut bacteria that transform compounds from those foods into urolithin A. Its special power is something called mitophagy. Think of it as autophagy, but specifically for your mitochondria, those little power plants in your cells. And keeping those power plants running in tip-top shape is absolutely vital for your energy and, well, for everything. All right, next up is a compound called spermidine. You can find it in all sorts of different foods, and it's known to be a really potent, broad-spectrum promoter of autophagy all over the body. It's a great all-around autophagy booster, providing general cellular protection. And some research even suggests this protection might extend to our brains, which could be really important for supporting memory as we get older. I'm pretty sure you've heard of our next one, resveratrol. It's famously found in the skins of grapes, and it's a really powerful antioxidant. What the science is showing is that it fires up autophagy, and it seems to be especially good for our vascular system, helping protect our blood vessels and supporting heart health. And finally, let's talk about the good old sunshine vitamin, vitamin D. We all know it's important for bone health, but research is now showing that vitamin D is another key player in kicking autophagy into gear. And that totally makes sense, right? We know it's crucial for a strong immune system. And like we've been saying, a huge part of your immune defense is clearing out the bad guys at a cellular level. And let's just pause here for one more really important reminder. We're exploring some fascinating science, but this is for your information only. This is not medical advice. Always, and I mean always, talk to your doctor before you make any big changes to your diet or start taking new supplements. So, as we wrap things up, I want to leave you with this thought. The science of autophagy is giving us this incredible, unprecedented window into our body's own maintenance program. And as we learn more and more about how to support this natural process, it just begs this profound question. Are we on the verge of fundamentally rewriting the rules of aging itself? It's a pretty wild time to be alive. Thanks so much for joining me.